Destroy the oil facility and stop the flow of oil. To prevent the machinery being turned back on again, you need to turn off the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. Check the details on your iDroid.
Complete. Analysis. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Extract him.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Caution, rain approaching.
You gonna extract him?
Analysis complete.
Sound of rainfall sure helped to mask your footsteps.
Reserveer begrijp. Stuur iemand om onderzoek in te stellen naar die oorsprong van die geluid. Uit!
almighty butt-egg!
He's coming too. Roger that. Extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. That's one of the targets. The oil transfer pump. Shut it down.
You have arrived at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
Coming too. Roger that.
Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
That's one of the targets. the oily water separator tank. Destroy it. Just remember, the tank is highly pressurized. It'll explode violently when damaged. Be careful.
Clouds approaching.
Alles geht schneller, das steht hier. Wer noch anfallen aktiv? Alle Geräte.
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, and that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost. Destroy that separator tank. You'll need to use explosives. Got any C4? Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance. Shot bounced off, but at least it took that helmet with it. Good, you're away from the tank. Once it goes up, the enemy will come running. Secure the area before you detonate the C4. Target is the oil transfer pump. You need to shut it down.
Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
He's coming too. Roger that. Not good. Don't let your buddy die, Steak. I'm pulling them out of there. There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button. Oil transfer pump shut-off confirmed. Objectives complete. But the enemy has tightened security. Get out of there ASAP.
Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, we took another look into Sainer, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Sainer's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Sainer's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there?
Hey, Snake, I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
I've updated the mission list.
List
We received a
updated.
new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
Commencing platform construction. Commencing platform construction. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project.
Makes a pretty good partner, huh, boss?
Too early to say.
Yeah? Just seeing him come back makes me real proud.
What breed is he? He's not a husky.
You're right. Siberian Husky is a cross between a Spitz-type dog and a wolf. I think Didi might have some wolf blood in him, too. He isn't just smart. He's also shown remarkable judgment. If he doesn't do what you want him to, he's just doing what he thinks is right in the situation. And he's steady under fire. Remember, he's no lapdog, but learn his strengths, and you'll understand each other soon enough. You'll make one hell of a team.
Ocelot, why don't you take it upon yourself to train him?
Huh? Why?
Yeah. When's the last time you heard a wildcat raising a dog?
I have an eye for him. I knew at first glance he'd make the right partner for you.
Huh.
And I figured it was about time he got out into the world.
So you passed him off on me?
There, you see? I knew you liked him.
I don't know about that yet. I still think he's trying to figure me out, too.
I'll spend some more time with him. You'll see how helpful he can be.
What about you?
I prefer to work alone.
Ocelots don't hunt in packs.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm glad you like him. Didi's really taking to you, too. And to going on your walks. Don't be shy about taking him with you in the future.
I'll think about it.
You called that thing Sahelanthropus. Where does the name come from?
Well, several years ago, an excavation team discovered a hominid skull in the Sahel region.
Central Africa. The Southern Sahara.
Cypher gave the specimen the name Sahelanthropus, Man of Sahel. And then they covered the whole thing up.
Why?
They probably wanted to monopolize information about human evolution to have a head start in their genetic research. At least, until they had an idea of what they'd found.
It was that big of a discovery, huh?
Sahelanthropus was a gracile hominid, estimated to have lived about 7 million years ago. What's significant about it is how its skull's foramen magnum faces down. In other words, its spinal column supported its head from underneath.
It stood upright.
Right. Which would mean Sahelanthropus walked upright 3 million years before Australopithecus, making it the world's oldest human species.
Walking upright. I get it. Hence the name Sahelanthropus for your machine.
Walking upright was the decisive difference between our ancestors and other anthropoids. Our brains could get heavier once they were supported by the spinal column. That led to the use of tools and the development of complex communication through language. Only man is capable of this. My creation will be the progenitor of all bipedal weapon platforms.
And you did this for Cypher?
No, not at all. Sahelanthropus is the best proof that I never betrayed you guys.
What do you mean?
The reconstructed Sahelanthropus skull looked exactly like the skull we used as our logo 9 years ago in the Caribbean.
An army without a nation. Outside the world order.
The design was based on Pangaea, the supercontinent that existed 250 million years ago, right?
Yeah. When the world was a single landmass. That concept's at the source of our strength.
I felt the same way about Sahelanthropus. Sure, I was forced to build it under their orders, but I always wanted to put its technology back in our hands someday. That's the reason I incorporated the old insignia into Sahelanthropus's name. Don't you see? That's how much I was thinking about you guys.
Oh, I see, all right. I see someone desperate to cover his ass. You can say whatever you want after the fact. But that skull also symbolizes somebody else. Skullface.
Snake, you finally came. Just don't record this, okay?
I'm not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me. It's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry, real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals. It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research. But I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff. But I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago. And the researcher behind it was Dr. Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many doctors.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
Cypher. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA. Cypher couldn't function without the communications network DARPA's built. Meaning, Cypher has to be a part of the Pentagon, or at least the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in Cypher. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact. A man of your talents, if your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes, encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what Cypher's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where? I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Right.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
Please select a mission.
There's a violent power struggle going on within the Contract Forces of Africa, the PF that ran security for the Muthinda oil field. Most of their key people are Afrikaners, but naturally for a South African organization, some of its founders are British. Details are sketchy, but apparently the Afrikaners are holding these British personnel for interrogation near Kaziba camp. We've been asked to rescue one of them, a man known as the Viscount. We don't have the Viscount's exact location, but he doesn't speak the Afrikaners' language, Afrikaans. They'll need an interpreter who speaks English in order to interrogate him. Meaning if we tail the interpreter, he'll lead us right to the target. By the way, the contract specifies that it's all right to ignore the other British prisoners. But the final decision is yours, boss.
Mission accepted.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
To draw the enemy's attention.
Be careful down there, boss.
Map is being updated.
The interpreter is somewhere in Kaziba camp. The Afrikaners are holding several British prisoners in different parts of the camp. The interpreter and interrogator supposedly go from place to place to conduct their questioning. The target is one of those prisoners.
Updated. Analysis complete. Analysis. Enemy presence detected. Analysis. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
That's not the target. Orders are only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he'd receive special treatment, but I don't imagine it'll be a problem to save the... The CFA are all business. Hard to believe they're interrogating their own. Situation must be worse than we thought. Make a wrong move, and they could kill the target without warning.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need his interpreter. Don't extract the interpreter just yet. If he doesn't turn up, they won't be able to do the interrogation. If they then decide the target's no longer any use to them, they won't hesitate to kill him.
Analysis complete.
You're all right.
That prisoner you extracted wasn't the target, but we did get some information. Seems the prisoners aren't held together, and the cells and interrogation rooms are separate places.
Hey! Daar is daar! Wie zit? Axel, het kan hij check. Where did you get this information?
I only know it was anonymous.
It was anoniem bro.
Money! Book.
You're not fooling anyone.
That's any of the others.
Analysis
Knows
complete.
any.
I see him die ander weer vra.
Well, wil het samen storie opgemaak.
Development complete.
Britte kan vertrou. Weet jy hoeveel Afrikaners het oor die hele geleide in Singapore?
Made up a story with the others. You British are all liars. You know how much the Afrikaners suffered because of you in the Boer War.
That wasn't me.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
But it was you
Development
that betrayed
project
us.
has been added.
It wasn't me. It was the discount.
Caution, rain approaching.
As jy niks weet, is ons seker klaar.
So, our rescue target was behind some kind of plot. Boss, I did some digging, and it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his predicament. But still, something about this fight count doesn't add up.
Zoals dit is de eerste keer. Ons heeft die normale graag niet. Wees op je uitkijken voor verdere activiteit. Uit!
wasn't the target either. We got some more information, though. They're going to interrogate the target at night.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Analysis complete.
This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either, but we did learn the target's field of movement.
Wat gaan aan?
Weather will clear shortly. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Into trouble, give us a call. We may be able to offer some advice.
Geen teken van die vijand. Oor. Er is CFD, begrijp. Lay off your rudder. Uit.
The enemy's given up their search for you, but they're not giving the all clear just yet. Stay alert. Doesn't show up, they won't be able to interrogate anyone. Then they'll just kill the target. Boss. Well, we'll just have to interrogate him to find out where the target is.
Ons heeft waarschijnlijk een indringer. Geer instructie. Oor. Er is CFD, begrijp. Alles kies van hem, bespied omgeven. Roei die indringer uit. Uit.
The map has been updated.
The interpreter didn't know the target's location. He did tell us where the interrogations are conducted, but they won't start before nightfall. So if they get suspicious, now that the interpreter's gone, they could kill the target before that. Hurry up and find him. Interrogate him. Find out what he knows.
Placed. You have arrived at your destination.
verslaaf van die prisonier soos per handleiding. Herhaal, drop verslaaf van die prisonier. Oor.
Analysis complete.
Alles gets vallen, dis hier. Alle hierheen. Daar vals posisie.
Boss, with that panic going on, they could decide to kill the target. Hurry.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Trouble, give us a call. We may be able to offer some advice.
Marker placed. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Unit function added. Development project has been added. presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Updated.
Into trouble, give us a call. We may be able to offer some advice.
Extraction arrived at enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Zie weer, het is weer hier. Bedreigend gebouw. Ga op gerichtheid. Oor. Dat is CFD, begrijp. Goeie securiteit voor verlasting. Uit. Delta 3. Tekens van vijandige activiteit. Verskerp securiteit. Oor. Dat is CFD, begrijp. Bespied die omgeving. Uit.
You have arrived at your destination. The map has been updated. destination.
CPM, dus jullie steeds. Ons gebied besmet. Ons kan iemand van... Er is CPM, begrijp. Eerst paraat. Uit.
That looks like the target.
Has been updated. Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
Target extraction confirmed.
Support
Get yourself out of the hot zone.
requested.
By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated. Clouds approaching.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Boss, one of the other British prisoners filled us in about the Viscount. It turns out he's a real two-faced son of a bitch. He was planning to secure the MPLA's oil field rights for himself in exchange for swapping the CFA's alliance from the anti-government United rebels to the state-backed MPLA. He hid this from the Afrikaners, but once he thought the jig was up, he tried to pin it on the other British personnel and take off. The Afrikaners captured him, and that was when he asked us to rescue him, and only him. I'll throw him in the brig for now, but we may have to be extra persuasive with this one. By the way, boss, we got some interesting news out of our friend the Viscount. He mentioned that more than a few PFs in the region have purchased walker gears. The CFA's the same. That's Soviet Army technology, and it's still a prototype. Only Cypher could be leaking it to the PFs. But the question is, why?
Side ops
Boss,
list.
one of the latest missions to come in is connected to the walker gears. This could be our chance to close in on Cypher. Take a look at your mission list.
hard to believe how many of those bipedal weapons have popped up around Africa.
When did that start?
No more than 6 months ago. Didn't really hit me until I came here.
They're not supposed to be in use yet. Emmerich says they were still doing the last round of fine-tuning.
The doctor has no idea. His research has already hit the black market. Both sides of the Iron Curtain will have it by now. Even so, they're spreading much too fast. Sure, the walker gears can operate in any terrain. Their mobility's just as good in the jungle as it is in the desert. That would come in handy in a place like Africa. They are modules that can one day be used as nuclear weapon systems. And with that in mind, the numbers are way too large. There must be another reason they're so widespread.
Like what?
It's all about needs. To small-time outfits like most of these private forces, this product is a dream come true. Hell, it goes beyond PFs. This is the ultimate weapon, the forbidden fruit, for anyone with an enemy to fight and people to defend.
The nuclear deterrent.
Exactly. Sounds familiar, huh? PFs are all operating off your playbook. You created these times. But could this be the new weapon in Africa that Emmerich talked about? If it is, why is Cypher letting everyone and his brother get their hands on one? What comes next? Selling nuclear weapons in the open? Making them public property?
Why don't they give that a try? Then the next war really will be fought with sticks.
Right. The man we're dealing with isn't foolish enough to make a suicide pact with the world.
So,
Caution.
what is Cypher really up to?
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone, heading to Mother Base.
Boss, I need to talk to you about this. Quiet. Can you meet me at her cell here on the base? Whenever's fine. Thanks.